Hi, I'm Charles. I'm going to talk about stakeholder analysis of lifetime of learning strategy. I will firstly talk about UTS lifetime of learning strategy and the stakeholder theory, then move to the discussion of different groups of stakeholders of UTS and the metrics. At the end of the presentation, I have to make a recommendation for UTS on the basis of my analysis. In lifetime of learning strategy, UTS is planning to improve customer experience, launch lifetime of learning products, and to build university unique features. Stakeholder analysis would be helpful for classifying the levels of importance of stakeholder groups to help university works efficiently. Stakeholder theory suggests a business should not only create values for shareholders like business owners, but also for stakeholders like customers, suppliers, and employees. Since a real success of a company or organization lies in taking care of all their stakeholders' demands, not merely satisfying people who profit from its stocks. Stakeholder analysis. Most UTS customers are students. The group has been separated into two categories, postgraduate students and undergraduate students and alumni. Since the strategy mainly focuses on postgraduate students and they will be highly involved in the strategy implementation, so they have high level power to influence the strategy. They will pay more attention to the strategy since they would wonder what they can get from the strategy. Undergraduate students and alumni might be the future postgraduate students. It means they may involve in the strategy in the future. So they also have high level power, but they would pay low attention to the strategy right now because their current undergraduate status or they are pursuing their career. And the employees in UTS, including full-time academics, casual teaching staff, and high-level university managers. Full-time professional academics and casual teaching staff have professional knowledge and skills and know more about students' needs, so they have high-level power. But the strategy is more relevant to serve for students, so they would pay less attention. In hierarchy, the status of high-level university managers are decision makers, so they have high-level power and would pay more attention to the strategy progress. Employers. UTS has been developed relationships with employer partners in the past few years, since employers could give feedback about their employees to UTS. It is important for making strategy. It is informal influence, so employers have high-level power. However, employers recruit employees from different universities. They may not care about detailed information of UTS strategy. So that's a low-level attention. Competitors and university unions. Competitors of UTS could be other famous universities in Sydney. In terms of university unions, UTS involves in Australian technology network. They may pay attention to the development of strategy of UTS, but have less power to influence or control the strategy implementation. So they got low-level power, but high-level attention. Government. Australian and New South Wales government policies and funding are important to universities' strategy development. It means government and regulators got high-level decision-making powers, and they also pay a lot of attention to Australian universities' development. Local communities and minorities may concern more about business ethics and social responsibility issues. They pay high-level attention to university strategy development, but less likely to influence or involve in the strategy implementation. Lastly, people live around Ultimo may contribute minimal effort since they may not relevant to the strategy or will be affected by the strategy indirectly. It is because they or their children may be the UTS future students. The stakeholders could be allocated to power or attention and attention metrics. It also known as stakeholder mapping. We can see that the key players are New South Wales and Australian government, postgraduate students, and other UTS administrative level managers. It is because the power of the parties are determinants in changing UTS strategies, and they pay more attention to university issues as the occurrence of the issues is critical to them. Employers, undergraduate students, full-time professional academics, and casual staff could keep informed first because they are more passive than segment D stakeholders. However, if some issues happened and that highly relevant to them, they would pay high level attention and influence ETS decision making. They could be repositioned into the segment D at that time. Local communities, competitors, minorities, and Australian technology network could be keeping informed, and people who are living around Ultimo only have minimal effort to UTS as they have relatively lower level attention and power in determining the strategies of UTS. Therefore, UTS should pay most attention to segment D stakeholders. They are postgraduate students, Australian and New South Wales governments, and UTS high-level managers. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.